If you think you're too poor to become rich, this story will change your mind. A 12-year-old boy borrowed the equivalent of $3 from his uncle, bought some candy, and sold it on the streets of Kano, Nigeria. Today, that same boy is worth over $20 billion and is the richest black person in the world. But the journey from $3 to $20 billion wasn't luck. It was strategy, sacrifice, and a mind that refused to think small. This is the story of Aliko Dangote, and what you're about to hear will change how you see money forever. Aliko Dangote was born on April 10, 1957 in Kano, Nigeria. His father, Mohammed Dangote, died when Aliko was just 8 years old. His mother, Maria Sanusi Dantada, came from a wealthy trading family. Aliko's maternal grandfather, Sanusi Dantada, was one of the richest men in West Africa at the time. You might think that growing up in a wealthy family meant Aliko had everything handed to him, but that's not the full story. Yes, his family had money, but young Aliko didn't just sit around enjoying it. He watched, he observed, he learned. His grandfather, Sanusi Dantada, was a legendary trader who built his fortune from nothing. He started by trading kola nuts, salt, and textiles across West Africa. By the time Aliko was born, his grandfather had become a symbol of African entrepreneurship. Young Aliko would sit with his grandfather and listen to stories about business. His grandfather would tell him, "Aliko, money is not about how much you have, it's about how you use what you have to create more." Those words planted a seed in Aliko's mind. At age 8, after his father's death, Aliko moved in with his uncle, who was also a successful businessman. His uncle didn't spoil him. Instead, he gave him an opportunity. One day, his uncle called him and said, "Aliko, I will lend you some money. Go and buy candy. Sell it, bring me back my money, and whatever profit you make, you keep." Aliko was only 12 years old, but he took the challenge seriously. He borrowed the equivalent of $3, went to the market, bought boxes of candy, and started selling them to his schoolmates and neighbors. Within a few days, he had sold everything. He returned his uncle's money and kept a small profit for himself. But Aliko didn't stop there. He took his profit, bought more candy, and sold again. Then he did it again and again. By the time he was a teenager, Aliko was making more money than some adults in his neighborhood. He wasn't just selling candy anymore. He was trading anything he could find: sweets, gum, local snacks. Whatever people wanted, Aliko found a way to sell it. His friends played football after school. Aliko was counting money and planning his next move. Some people laughed at him. They said, "Look at this boy from a rich family, acting like a street hawker. What's wrong with him?" But Aliko didn't care. He had a vision. He saw something others didn't see. He understood that small money, if managed well, could become big money. At age 21, Aliko finished secondary school and went to Al-Azhar University in Cairo, Egypt, to study business. But even while studying, his mind was on Nigeria. He was thinking about opportunities. He was thinking about what he would do when he returned home. In 1977, at the age of 20, Aliko returned to Nigeria with a degree and a plan. He went to his uncle and said, "I want to start a real business. I need capital." His uncle looked at him and said, "How much do you need?" Aliko said, "I need 500,000 naira. In 1977, 500,000 naira was a significant amount of money. His uncle could have said no. He could have told Aliko to start small, but he believed in him. He gave him the loan. With that money, Aliko started a trading company. He imported rice, sugar, and cement, and sold them in Nigeria. It wasn't glamorous. It wasn't easy, but it was profitable. Aliko worked day and night. He would wake up at 5 in the morning, go to the port, check his shipments, meet with customers, negotiate deals, and handle logistics. He did everything himself. Within a few years, Aliko had paid back his uncle and made his first million naira. But he didn't celebrate. He reinvested everything back into the business. His friends were buying cars and living flashy lifestyles. Aliko was living in a modest house and putting every naira back into his company. People thought he was crazy. They said, "Aliko, enjoy your money. What's the point of working so hard if you can't enjoy life?" But Aliko had a different mindset. He would say, "I'm not working for today. I'm working for tomorrow." By the 1980s, Aliko's trading business was booming. He was importing millions of dollars worth of goods. He had offices in Lagos, Kano, and other Nigerian cities. He was becoming one of the biggest traders in Nigeria. But then disaster struck. In 1984, the Nigerian government changed its import policies. Suddenly, importing goods became almost impossible. Taxes were increased. Regulations became stricter. Many businesses collapsed overnight. Aliko lost millions. His warehouses were full of goods he couldn't sell. His cash flow dried up. Banks started demanding their money back. For the first time in his life, Aliko faced the possibility of bankruptcy. He sat in his office one night, looking at his account books. The numbers were terrifying. He was drowning in debt. Everything he had built over the years was about to collapse. Many businessmen in similar situations gave up. They declared bankruptcy and walked away. But Aliko didn't give up. He made a decision that would change his life forever. He said to himself, "If importing is the problem, then I will stop importing. I will start producing." That decision marked the birth of the Dangote Group as a manufacturing company. In 1999, Aliko took a massive risk. He borrowed money and built his first factory to produce sugar. People thought he was insane. They said, "Aliko, why would you build a factory in Nigeria? The infrastructure is terrible. Power is unstable. It will never work." But Aliko saw what others didn't see. He saw that Nigeria was importing billions of dollars worth of goods every year. He thought, why should we keep importing when we can produce these things ourselves? So he built the sugar factory. Then he built a flour mill, then a pasta factory, then a salt factory. Each time people doubted him. Each time he proved them wrong. But the biggest move was yet to come. In 2003, Aliko made a decision that shocked the entire Nigerian business community. He announced he was going to build a cement factory. Cement was one of Nigeria's biggest imports. The country spent billions of dollars every year buying cement from other countries. Aliko saw an opportunity. But building a cement factory required billions of naira. Banks were hesitant to lend him that much money. Investors were skeptical. One banker told him, "Aliko, this is too big. If it fails, you will lose everything." Aliko looked at him and said, "If I don't try, I will regret it for the rest of my life." He took the risk. He borrowed billions. He built the factory. In 2007, Dangote Cement opened its first plant. Within a few years, it became the largest cement producer in Africa. Aliko didn't stop there. He built more cement plants across Nigeria, then across Africa, Ghana, Senegal, Tanzania, Ethiopia, Zambia, South Africa. Dangote Cement was everywhere. By 2013, Aliko Dangote had become the richest man in Africa. Forbes estimated his net worth at over $20 billion. But even with all that wealth, Aliko didn't change. He still woke up early. He still worked long hours. He still reinvested most of his money back into his businesses. When asked why he kept working so hard, Aliko said, "I'm not doing this for myself anymore. I'm doing this for Africa. I want to prove that Africans can build world-class companies. I want to create jobs. I want to inspire the next generation." And inspire he did. Today, the Dangote Group employs over 30,000 people. The company produces cement, sugar, flour, pasta, salt, and is building one of the world's largest oil refineries. Aliko Dangote has donated billions of naira to education, healthcare, and disaster relief across Africa. He built schools, hospitals, and provided scholarships to thousands of students. When people ask him about his success, Aliko always gives the same advice. He says, "Start with what you have. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take risks, think long-term, reinvest your profits, and never give up. Aliko Dangote's story teaches us powerful lessons. First, you don't need to be born rich to become rich. Use what you have to create more. Second, vision is more important than capital. Aliko saw opportunities others didn't see. Third, reinvest your profits. Don't spend everything you make. Fourth, take calculated risks. Every major breakthrough in Aliko's life came from a bold decision. Fifth, think long-term. Aliko was never interested in quick money. He built for the future. From selling candy on the streets of Kano to building the largest cement empire in Africa. From borrowing $3 to becoming worth over $20 billion. Aliko Dangote proved that African entrepreneurs can compete with anyone in the world. So what did you learn from Aliko Dangote's story? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this story inspired you, hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible African success stories. Next week, we're bringing you the story of Aliko, the South Sudanese girl who fled war and became one of the most famous supermodels in the world. You don't want to miss it. Thank you for watching, and remember, start with what you have and never stop building.